Hello guys, welcome back. In this video I want to make one statement and then I want to elaborate on it. 29 to 40 is 11 years. That scares the shit out of me. That at 29 people would consider you young. Everybody would say, you know, you've got time, you've got your life together, etc. Like, you know, you've got time to put it all together. Your 30s are going to be great. You know, by 29 you're doing okay. You're doing what we'd expect of a 29-year-old. 11 years later you turn 40. And then the real pressure starts, you know, are you married? Do you have kids? Do you have this in place? Oh, you should have more money at this point. You should be doing this and that. It's such a small window from youth to being old, or what would be perceived as old. I don't think 40 is old as a man. I think at that age, you should be really in your stride, killing it, looking forward to your 50s, to be honest, and your 60s. But I think from about 36 to 50, I think men are just slaying the game. I think they're in the perfect position. But never forget, like I said, guys, it's 11 years from 29 to 40. That's a blink. That's a very small space of time. Very, very small. It's like going from, you know, 21 to 31. People would say that's a great little selection of my life. It doesn't seem like it's that big a jump, you know? That looks like a massive long length of time. 21 to 31, whole life ahead of you. 29 to 40. It's like the same time period. You know, I should have said 21 to 32 or something, or 20 to 31. You know, it looks like a massive long time period. Everyone would look at that and be like, I've got a whole life ahead of me. But 29 to 40 is the same time period. It's 11 years. And that should scare the fuck out of you. And that should make you take action today. Should have been yesterday. That should make you take action today. You should think to yourself, fuck, I need to hustle. Like, you don't need to have shit sorted. Nobody's saying you need to be, you know, 29 years old and have your whole life figured out. But you need to be taking action every day, because that shit will creep up. Now, your 30s are probably the best years of your life. Probably, like I said, 36 to 50 is when a man is really peaking. But from 30 to 40, that's when you're really going to enjoy life. You've got your youth and you're seeing shit come together. But 29 to 40 is only 11 years. So just remember that, guys. You need to be grinding in those years. You need to be grinding now in your 20s. You need to be grinding now in your teens. That shit creeps up on you. Because one thing I'll never understand is so many guys at 29, maybe good-looking guys, maybe youthful, maybe they're in shape, etc. They look good. By 40, they're just some fat guy with a beer belly, just watching sports every weekend, just sat in front of the TV. Wife's complaining at them, kids running around everywhere, they're pissed off with life, they hate their fucking job, they don't get paid enough money, and everything's falling apart. 29, they were considered a good-looking, young, handsome man. 40 years old, everything's fallen the fuck apart. 11 years. You know, any guy gets to 40 and says, oh, I've got a bad back, I can't run anymore, I can't lift weights like I used to. Bollocks. That's absolute bullshit. 29 years old, you were at your peak. You know, you felt fantastic. You looked good. 11 years later is no excuse. If you had said 60, maybe I'd give you a pass. But 11 years, that is bollocks. That is absolute bullshit. Every guy from 29 to 40 should be getting better, not worse. You know, how can everything go so dramatically wrong from like 29, you're in your 20s, you're considered a baby. 40, you're considered a mature, older man. Oh, he's 40 years old, he's allowed to have a beer belly. He's allowed to be uglier than he used to be. He's allowed to, you know, have belly fluff now and poor hygiene. He's 40. You know, all that shit. He's allowed to dress worse. He's 40. Bollocks. That's absolute shit. 29 to 40 is only 11 years. That should be getting better. You should be improving in that time. It's about time, as men, we started to realize that the best years of your life, Hello Magazine, all these women, they always talk about, you know, being young, youthful, young. It's all driven into our heads. Men are not on the same timeline as women. I've said this a million times before, and it fucks men's lives up. You know, a woman could be 18 years old and the magazines are saying, find a man, you know, settle down, do this, do that. Here's a cream to keep you looking young, because they know that they've got till like 30 years old and things start to fall apart. As a man, we have the male advantage. We get better with age. At 29, a man should be thinking, my life's just getting started. Not thinking this next 11 years is going to plummet me to the bottom of society, where I have a fat fucking beer belly, man boobs, and I wear shit clothes, and I stink, my wife leaves me, my kids hate me, I just sit drinking Budweiser in front of the fucking TV every day. You know, that shouldn't happen. That should be 11 years of, shit, my life's just getting going. Life's tough for a man in his teens and his 20s. Life's hard. Women don't take us seriously. It's hard for your boss to take you seriously. It's hard to have your shit figured out because we're so immature. We're young, dumb, we're full of cum. You know, we're going out partying, trying to sleep with women. We're fucking everything up, to be honest. But from 29 to 40 should be when you really put shit in play and you really grow in life and you work your balls off on your own business to get in shape, all this self-improvement stuff. That should be when you're super focused. But for some reason, from 29 to 40, every guy uses it as an excuse to fuck their life up. And then thinks it's okay, because society has made it a norm, because it's okay for women. You know, a woman could be 39 years old and she's like, well, I don't have the figure that I used to. And everyone goes, you know, you're 39. Of course you're not going to look like you used to. As a man, we should. We should actually look better. A man at 40 should look better than he did at 29. 100%. 100%. You got more money. You could have less stresses. You know, avoid all the marriage and kids for enough years. You know, you can do that at 40 if you wanted to. But avoid all of that shit for enough years. You're going to have all that disposable income, time, energy to put into yourself. There's no excuse. It's an 11-year window. There's no way you can destroy your life in 11 years. It's fucking ridiculous. But it happens every single decade. You know, guys go from 29 to 40 and they go from a handsome young man to a bold, fat, lazy guy who's just given up on life. It's the best years of your life. You should be using them properly. And like I said, it's only 11 years, guys. Nothing should fall apart that quick. But 11 years of improvement, you could be in the best fucking position of your life. And a 40-year-old man who's in shape, who's got his shit together, law of averages says everybody else would have gone the other way and fucked their life up. You're part of a very small select group of maybe less than 1% of men who are 40, in shape, and took things seriously. The world is your oyster at that point. You know, any woman in her 30s is yours. Any woman probably late 20s is yours. You know, you're in a golden position where most men didn't take, or a golden position that most men didn't take or spot. It's a giant opportunity, guys. Remember, 29 to 40 is only 11 years. That's no excuse to fuck your life up. Get better in that time period.